Okay, if you don't want free energy, raise your hand. No hands went up. That's interesting. We could have it right now. This is what we discovered was what CERN and Fermilab wishes they could do, is to split the electron and muon neutrinos on demand and just squirt them all day long into a solar collector. Right there. This is what they want to find is the muon electron showers. There they are. We did it by using a Venturi. Extremely simple. We use light. Now, if this is what it appears to be, which is an enormous increase in energy, we should be able to harvest that with a very simple solar collector. The laser creates this shower, which is this is a very simple device. And then it sends all that extremely powerful juice into a heat receiver or an electron receiver, and then we just filter it through batteries and all the same way they do everything else. We created exactly what they wanted to see, was the muons and the electron showers. That's a sterile muon. Just look it up there. This is all new physics now, and they realize it's new, but I am told I cannot present because I am not peer reviewed. And here's what I want to present is electron flood theory. Just what you just saw happen is that there are no giant protons and neutrons as one big piece. They're nothing but a compilation of all these tiny little particles, which are these particles here. The black one and the white one fused together is an electron. 1,839 of these little electrons make approximately a proton. It could be a little different, somewhere in that area, but it's an odd number. And if you add one more, you come up to a neutron. That's all it is. It's either you add one or take one away. It's got to be a neutral number, and then it doesn't want to give one up or take one in. A proton is a positively charged particle. It wants one more to come into neutrality. But they just don't understand everything's made of these particles. That's all there is. And I could show it. I'm not guessing. They're the ones that are guessing. Now, I showed you my particles, identical to what Don Lincoln from Fermilab in 2013 said. He's looking for a fixed particle, which is the black one with a glowy edge, and a point particle that really has virtually no mass. I agree with that, but it burns like hell. It says, in summary, extended particles have a fixed size. That's the black one. They may have a fuzzy edge around them, which they do. Point-like particles they might have a zero size, it says. Even zero-size particles have an extended field effect. Now, that way you'd think they'd have something to wrap or field around, but they could be no, I can't fight that. Now, I agree with this. This is Fermilab 2013. Same time frame, Don Lincoln, quantum foam, 2013. The universe is filled with light particles, which are those particles I just showed you, quantum foam. If it's light, it's coming from the sun. It's coming from every source that puts out light. Quantum foam is real. This is Don Lincoln again. Microcosm continually in motion. It is. Everything is just saturated with these particles, which have push to shove. That means that anything that scrubs through them is going to charge up, or it's going to at least slow down because it's pushing through them, as I showed you. Okay, you see this 2p, 2h? That's that two white ones and two black ones. And this is Cornell. And they agree that this has huge energy potentials, up to 10 billion electron volts. And this was brand new at this time, 2013. All my stuff goes back to that time too. And the same with our cell phones, and the same everything. And I presented this to everybody at this time. And then a little later, I couldn't get anywhere, so I decided I'll go to the University of Geneva and online, Coursera, and I presented this to them, and they were intrigued and just cut off communications. The next thing I know, CERN shuts down to focus their particles just like we focused. And they just reopened and said, oh, now we can find all kinds of stuff. Same thing, same time frame, 2013, 2014. Physicists turned smartphones into cosmic ray detectors. Cosmic rays are nothing but muons. It says right here they use the same high-end stuff as the multi-million-dollar observatories. Same thing. The apps basically transform the phone into a high-energy particle detector. It uses the same principles as these very large experiments. That's what we showed. All right, I've been told nobody will peer review me because I am not peer reviewed. Fermilab, right out of their own lips, Don Lincoln, that we won't do anything to look at it. Not a single word you say because you're a tinfoil hat guy and you're not peer reviewed. I'm showing the exact same stuff he showed. So who's standing in the way of our free energy? Who's standing in the way of our free energy? It's the academics, it's the government. All the people we put in charge of trying to help us are the ones standing in our way. I've shown all these things. This is not just speculation. And if it refused to be examined, which it is right now, refused, not, well, you're not right, it's refused. That is a tragedy. And you're the one that's paying the price, and I am too. All right, I've been on this case forever. Velikovsky wrote a book called Worlds in Collision, which they destroyed him, and they made the academics forced the publisher to take the book off the shelves because they didn't like it. This goes back 70 years ago. They forced them to take it off, 1950. It was a bestseller on 11 weeks in a row on the top, and it was our true history. They didn't like it, forced it off. Who's standing in the way of our real advancement is the people we thought were helping us. They're not helping us. Listen to this. This guy is exactly correct.
People talk glibly about science. What is science? People coming out of a university with a master's degree or a PhD, you take them into the field and they literally don't believe anything unless there's a peer-reviewed paper. It's the only thing they accept. And you say to them, but let's observe, let's think, let's discuss. They don't do it. It's just, is it in a peer-reviewed paper or not? That's their view of science. I think it's pathetic. Gone into universities as bright young people. They come out of them brain dead, not even knowing what science means. They think it means peer-reviewed papers, etc. No, that's academia. And if a paper...
I need to make a statement about academia. If you go against academia, they are nothing but bullies and thugs. It's literally, peer review is racketeering. It is, they will destroy you and ruin your life. I'm not kidding you. They will ruin your life in that realm if you go against them. So the guy's got to die or something's got to happen unusual like me comes along. I don't care what they say about me, and I don't care. And it's been 12 years of just, well, it's been forever my whole life because I fought against everything. It's always been wrong. I know it was wrong 50, 60, 70 years ago. Well, not 70. 1968. I went in the Army for Nike Hercules missiles, and that's tripped me off to all of this stuff. Even before that, I was into Tesla coils and all that kind of stuff, making bombs. But after that, I really realized that these people didn't know what they were talking about, and I had no clue whatsoever. And so finally, I went on my own, and just to make a living in life, I realized I couldn't fight back. Well, now I'm fighting back. I'm retired. I couldn't care less. I don't have to go and make a living every day, so that's why I sit here in front of a computer all day. Until this gets taken care of, I'm never going to stop. So don't think you're going to stop me, any of you people.